Hello. Hello. We are getting ready to get started. Let me just touch my sound. Perfect. I always got to check that because, I am not tech savvy, y'all. This is crazy. Hey, Joanna. Good evening, girl. And hey, my sis, Natima. Girl, I am still so high from our conversation the other day. I got to tell you all about it. I got to tell you. I talked to my husband about it today and everything. I got to tell you all about it. But come on in. I'm gonna give people some time to just come in. This is gonna be a really good topic today. Please do not hesitate if you have questions, comments, agreements, disagreements. Put it in the comments. I do not mind when people do not agree with my thought process because I realize that my thought processes are unorthodox. Okay. I do not have the thought process of the masses. So I don't mind if somebody doesn't agree. Just let me know. If you would like to, enter into the video and to give me some good feedback on what you're thinking about it or how it resonated with you, just shoot me in the chat. Your Facebook Messenger or your email, and I'll send it to you and I'll add you to the video so that we can have a really good dialogue. But you know, I assure everyone, please come in and like the video and please subscribe if you are not already subscribed to this Good Vibe Love Tribe. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. It is all about the good vibes, all right? And literally, I am here because of love. This is an act of love. Seriously. Hey, Kima. Kima, log in through Facebook. Log in through YouTube. If you want, let me see. Let me see what I could do for you. Kima, I think I'm gonna send it. I'll send you the link to your messenger, okay? And then that way, because what happens is then you're in the chat by yourself and you don't get to see what everybody else is chatting about, okay? So I want you, to be able to be in with the rest of the tribe while they're in there. And the team, I know you're in Facebook too. It's up to you if you want to swap over to YouTube. But when you're in the Divine Feminine group, you can't see all the people that are commenting from the YouTube, and most people have switched over. So y'all, tonight is gonna be a good one. Tonight's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be good, y'all. So tonight's topic, this is not a part of the Women's Playbook series, by the way. This is just a regular video. But what I wanted to talk about is don't let him only see you in the dressing room. And y'all, this is going to be, it's not going to be heavy. I don't like to use the word heavy, but it is going to shine some light upon us and our level of accountability for ourselves as a whole. I'm all about accountability. I am all about us learning, growing, and just becoming better people, women as a whole. I do focus on relationships, but really I'm a metaphysician. I focus on changing your life. It just so happens that women, we have the most issues in our relationships. We don't really have like issues in our life. You know what I'm saying? Most of our issues as women stem from our relationships. And I have to say this before I get started. Let me prerequisite. I know a lot of us have heard that we see things on Facebook and Instagram. And I saw this quote. I think it was a tweet, and it said, Black women deserve love that does not. Y'all help me out here because I know y'all all saw it. It says Black woman deserves a love that doesn't start with struggle first or doesn't have struggle first. And although I agree with that statement, there's a part of me that disagrees with that statement simply because anything that is worth anything in this life does not come without struggle and sacrifice. And that's period. Whether it is your business, whether it's your entrepreneurship, whether it's something that you desire, whether you're looking for healing in your body, nothing in this world that is worth anything or that you value does not come without struggle and sacrifice. So I'm a little confused as to why we feel like it's different when it comes to matters of love. I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me out with that. But it's just like in my mind, yes, I agree with that. But you're the only way you can get to where you want to be is to struggle a little bit. If you haven't struggled, you haven't tried. If you haven't failed, you haven't tried. So I don't know. I mean, it sounds good, but it's a fantasy, ladies. It's not real. And we have to stop like co-signing to every little trend and thing that we see on social media because it's not usually real life. It's not usually the exception to the rule. It's never what really is the reality of a situation. You understand what I'm saying? So, I just had to just say that, because it resonated for me a little bit. I actually saw it today on one of my social media platforms. And I was like, I don't know. But ladies, today we are going to be talking about don't let him only see you in the dressing room. Y'all know I got notes. Y'all know I don't like to forget stuff because it all comes to me. See, here's the thing. It all comes to me during the day. And then I forget all about it. And then I come and turn the video on and I don't even remember what I wrote. So that's how it comes. It comes during the day. All right. So, where do I want to start? And the way my notes are written, y'all, it's never in like chronological. It's just weird. I got a weird mind. But um this one is gonna be kind of all about the effort that we put into our relationships as women. I know we need and require effort from men, but this is all about the effort that we need to be putting in as it relates to our relationship. See, the bottom line is this: we need to be striving to get what we want and what we need from the relationship. And there are certain behaviors that are more conducive to you getting what you want, need, and require from a relationship. And there's other things that will push away what you want, need, and require from a relationship. So this is good whether you're married, single, got a mate, got a fiance, got a boyfriend, broke up, because it is a lesson that you are going to want to remember. Okay? So I'm going to tell you guys a story. Now, you guys are getting the inside on some of the things that are in my book. Okay? So we have to remember that women have our beauty is very, very, very important. Okay? It will always remain important in the eyes of a man. That's just how it works. How we look aesthetically will always be important in the eyes of a man. I'm going to tell you a very valuable lesson I learned. So I'm going to get more into this in my next video, though, because my next video is going to be about the 5 top needs of men and women in relationships. And that's going to be a really good one because I do feel like in relationships, we don't really know what the other party needs. And so what we're doing is we're offering them what we need, not realizing they're a completely different species. It's like giving a dog cat food or a cat dog food, because dogs will eat cat food. Cats don't eat dog food. So it's like trying to give a cat dog food. They're not going to do it. They don't want to eat it. So we're offering men the things that we desire, and they're offering us the things that they desire, and neither party is offering what the other party actually needs. All right? So I think that's very, very, very important. I also get into that in my book as well. I know you guys know The Art of Feminine Allure is coming out. Okay? It's coming out. It's going to be out this year. The information is coming to me now because, I had my fire. I had to put the book on pause for a little bit, but now, I'm getting back into the swing of things. All right. So just look out for that video next week. The 5 most important needs of men and women, and how it looks, how we translate offering that need and what it looks like. Because a lot of times we might know the need, but then how are we going to meet the need? What does that look like in real time? Okay. All right. So let's start here. Beauty is super relevant to a man, whether we like to realize, whether we like to admit this to ourselves or not, or whether we realize it or not, it is very important to a man. I'm going to tell you guys a very, very, very quick story. And this is where this came from for me. Now, the first one is I went to a conference and a man spoke about this. I don't remember exactly when. I was about 19 years old when I was at this conference. I had just gotten married. And it did resonate with me, but now I don't remember just because my life has evolved. But I will tell you this valuable lesson I learned from my dad. I was 19 years old. I had just gotten married. I had my first son, Anthony, um, also known as Digga. And I was a stay at home mom. Stay at home, did not have to go to work. My husband paid the bills. Actually, we lived with our parents because we were saving to buy a house. And one day, my dad said, Niche, can you come downstairs and, so I could talk to you for a minute? And I'm like, sure, whatever. And I go sit down in my little chair and he says, um, so what's going on with you today? I said, nothing. I just fed the baby. He went to sleep, I am about to eat. And he said, all right, well, let me just talk to you for a second. And he started off, he said, how long have you had that gown on? Is that clean? And I said, of course it's clean because we have a washer and dryer. I cleaned it. He was like, okay, well, you had on something very similar last night. And you also had on something similar the night before. My hair was cut all the way off, like bald, like a boy. And he was like, you don't, this is going to sound terrible, but he was like, you don't really fix yourself up. Like, I know you just had the baby. I know you're tired. He was like, but let me just say this, and please pardon me. He was like, but you are a new wife. You just got married in May. It's August. You have a baby. And you kind of looking a little tired. And I was like, well, I am. I'm breastfeeding and da 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 da. And he said, yeah. My father got this thing where he go like this. He was like, yeah, this sounds good. But let me just tell you this. He said, it's a very valuable lesson, and I need you to hear me well. He said, although you're cute, this is not going to be enough. He said, because let me tell you this. Your husband is a physical being. He is a man. And physicality is what attracts him. It's what attracted him to you. So, having said that, you have to try your best to continue to keep up what it was that he first saw in you, because that's what attracted him to you. And I'm not, now I'm getting like defensive and I'm offended, y'all. Okay. I'm like, now I'm starting to, so what you saying? Like, what do you mean? And he's like, so hear me out. You got to look the same as you did when he met you. You got to put yourself together, do your hair, do some makeup, and get dressed. Like, he was like, listen, did you have that on? Amanda, I know you remember this story because I remember telling you. He said, you had that on all day? I said, yes. He said, did you have that on when he left? I said, yes. He said, he's about to be home in about a half hour. And you had that on, you're going to have that on when he comes home, right? And I was like, yeah, but I'm clean. Like, I just got out the shower. He was like, none of this matters. What I'm saying to you is that every day that man gets up and goes out into the world and he sees women that are beautiful, that if they might not even be that cute in real life, they might not even be as cute as you, but they have gotten up and they have put themselves together to present themselves to this world and to work. And then he's going to leave with you with rollers in your head and your hair not done, no makeup on, the same little nightgown that you had on this morning. Then he's going to come home and you're going to have the same thing on that you had on when he left. Now, I don't care if them women at work look like Magilla Gorilla when they wake up in the morning. That is not what he sees. What he sees is a finished product, and some days you need to be a finished product for him. Oh, I was devastated, y'all. I cried. I said, this is exactly what I said, end quote. He is supposed to love me for me. That's not okay. Like, he's supposed to love me for me. Like, what if I like get hit by a car or something? I'm ODing. I'm not gonna get hit by a car. I haven't been hit by a car. And he's like, yeah, that sounds good, but that's still no excuse. That sounds good, but you have to help affair proof your home. You gotta help him not have an affair, because it is not natural for men to only want one woman. It is supernatural, and you have to help that. And I was like, oh, okay. Um, and my mother sitting there the whole time with her legs across my dad's lap going, mm-hmm. Because I never one day in my life caught my mother slipping, ever. So it was clearly a lesson that I needed to have learned, okay? But it knocked the wind out of me, y'all. I could have threw up. How dare my own dad tell me I look tore down? Because that's essentially what he was saying. Y'all, I was devastated, mortified. But here's the thing. When people talk to me and it's me, when it burns that bad, you know it's true. I went upstairs immediately. I took that little bata off, and I was like, all right, I'm going to put some clothes on. And I did something to my hair. I probably put some moisturizer and some little curl cream or something. And I did some little lip gloss or something, and I made it happen. The next morning, I did the same thing. And my dad woke up the next day. He said, oh, hey, niece, you look pretty. Now I'm souped because I'm like, my dad said I look pretty. So if my dad thinks I look pretty, then my husband's going to think I look pretty too. And I did that every single day, and I have not stopped since, because that was a valuable lesson that my father taught me that day. And I will appreciate him to this day for that, because he couldn't have been more right. He really couldn't have been more right. So I wanted to tell you guys a story, because I don't like you guys to think that I be coming at y'all like on some higher than thou. No, the lesson has come to me. My feelings was hurt when it was said to me. So I know that it might be hurt when it's said to others, but I do know that there's truth to it, okay? So that was a valuable lesson I learned that day. So beauty is relevant to a man, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, right? And here's the deal. There are many, many ways to make ourselves beautiful, ladies, okay? It's not only about the features that we were born with. Yes, Joanne, I went and changed. Absolutely. I took that little bata off. It was like some little sweatshirt that was mad long, looking stupid. I remember to this day what it was, to be honest, because I was so embarrassed after my father talked to me. The trauma, you guys, you don't even know. I was traumatized by that. I was so embarrassed. I really was. And I was sitting there, my mother sitting there, looking down on me. Oh my God, the craziness. So, beauty is not about all about your physical features. It's all about enhancing what you already have. And as much as I'm talking about beauty, that's not really the basis of this video, y'all. The basis of this video is the effort that you are putting in for him. It's effort. It's not about pretty versus not pretty versus makeup versus not makeup versus what you have on versus it's not about that per se. It is literally about effort. What are you putting into how you are presenting yourself to him on a daily basis? All right. We all falter at this, y'all. Every last one of us has faltered in this area in some way, shape, or form. I just know it because remember I said in my last video that we get comfortable and that all of a sudden we just be like, I mean, it don't take all that. No, listen, okay? So I'm with you. Like, look, okay? I don't even know what's going on here, because All right. So here's the thing. This is the reality of it is most men in your lives have never, ever, ever vocalized this. You want to know why? Because it makes them seem superficial. My dad vocalized this to me because he was my dad and it was a lesson that I needed to learn. But my husband never said a word about it, but he noticed it when I stopped doing it because he said something about it. And that was when I realized for real that my father was right. So I'm up here. My husband would have never said, "Babe, you look tore down." Or, "Babe, they try to find a nice way to say it. "Babe, did you change today? Why didn't you change your clothes?" Um, he would have never said it. But the moment that I started getting dressed, he started complimenting how I looked every single day without fail. And that's when I knew, like, whoa, this was a valuable lesson that I needed to learn. So again, it's not all about, how you're looking, but it's more the effort in how you're presenting yourself to him. All right. How you carry. So here's another thing. How you carry yourself is a form of respect to the man that you're with. And a lot of women don't know that how you carry yourself as his girlfriend, mate, wife, once the word has gotten out that this is your man, you're his woman, how you look and how you carry yourself is a form of respect to him. Now, here's the thing. We talked about this in the last video, but I am going to get into it more in my new video that respect is a man's number one need, but how this respect looks to them is translated differently for us. All right. So let me take y'all back. So y'all remember, right, in the 1960s or the 70s, that women tried to look their best daily. They were housewives and they would cook, they would clean, they would pine saw, they would lemon the house up. Then they would look really good when the husband came home. They would primp. That's what they called it, primping. They would primp up, get in their mirror, they would get together, their husband would come home from work, they would have the kids clean, they would be clean, and they would greet the husband when he came into the house. That was a form of respect then. It was considered actually back then an insult to their husbands and the people around them for them to walk around looking a mess. An insult, y'all. It wasn't like it was like, oh yeah. No, it was an insult. Remember back in the day when your mom, your grandma, yes, ma'am, Joanna, it's open to the public. Remember when your mom or your grandma used to open a door and if they weren't decent, they would be like, "Oh, I beg your pardon," or "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Pardon my appearance. Please pardon my appearance." They would apologize for not looking how they were supposed to look if somebody popped up on them. "Please pardon my appearance. Please, I'm sorry. Let me just go get decent." That's what they would call it, going to get decent. And they would go primp, and then they would come out presentable. That is a form of respect, ladies. It was unheard of in the 60s, 70s for women to just come out looking a mess. That's not what we saw. We didn't see bonnets. We didn't see slippers. We didn't see flip-flops with socks. We didn't see pants hanging off your behind with no belt. We didn't see dirty clothes. We didn't see wrinkled stuff. It was an honor to be presentable as a woman, to have that air about you that says, "I take care of myself and I'm taken care of." That was an air that we had. And somewhere along the way, between like city girls twerking and "I don't give a damn about this man because I do this for me," and somewhere along the line, we lost all of it. But ladies, while we're doing all of this changing, guess who's not changing? Men. They are exactly the same. What they desired then, they still desire now. They are black and white. They are primal beings. They're not doing all this evolving. They're staying the same. It's just that what we're offering them is different and they're learning to adapt. That's it. That's it. Joanna, no problem. Share with whoever you would like, okay? Looking good will always be a sign of respect to your mate. And I'm going to tell you why, though. So let me tell you where this stemmed from, though. You guys know I always got to give you a little bit of history, right? So long time ago, many years ago. I'm talking about not 60s, 70s, 20s. I'm talking about 1900s, right? When the father would offer his daughter to the husband, or the husband would come with like shekels of gold and give it to the husband, right? They would collectively bring their wealth together, father, husband who wanted the daughter, and then he would marry the daughter, okay? So you were always, as a woman, a representation of your family, and how you dressed represented what tribe, what era you were from. How you dressed and how you presented yourself was how people knew where you came from. It was how people knew what camp you were in. It was not okay to just come out with certain things. It was very important what you had on and what you came out of your hut or house with in. Okay? It said what tribe you were from, where you were from. Hey, Tiff. Who your parents were, and the level of wealth and the status of your family. And when you got married, the wealth combined from the two families, and now you are a representation of both. When you go out, ladies, and I know, listen, in the comments, y'all, tell me when you don't agree. But, or if you do agree. Being a representation of your family was very important. See, I take legacy and things very seriously. And when I go out, I am a representation of my family, where I came from, and what they've instilled. That's me. That's all on me. I'm a representation of that, a living, walking representation of it. Hey, Ashley, I didn't know you were in here. Ashley, I know it. You're not in YouTube. So if you switch to YouTube, you'll see the rest of the comments in the chat, because it probably looks like you're in the chat by yourself because you're in Facebook and not YouTube. So you can switch over if you like. You know what? I'm gonna just send you the link just in case, okay? But y'all, this was very important for us as women. And honestly, it still is. These things have not gone away. We think that they've gone away, but they have not gone away at all. Yes, Joanna, finishing school, charm school. Yes, that's what we had. Now, fast forward, right? Okay, tribe, wealth, who your parents were, who your husband was. Fast forward, the wife became an extension. Hey, love. The wife became an extension of the man's territory. And if the territory looks as if it's not taken care of, it's a reflection on the man and how he's leading the family, y'all. So think about this. You know how you're driving down the street, and you go into a neighborhood, and everybody else's grass is cut. And then you see that one house where the grass is a little bit too high and the shrubs aren't trimmed. There's no landscaping. There's no anything. And the first thing you say is, ooh, that person don't take care of their lawn. What makes y'all think we're any different? Somebody please. And I mean, what makes us think that we are any different? Somebody ain't taking care of that lawn. The first thing you're going to think is they're too broke, they don't care, or they're elderly. That's the first thing you're going to think. Y'all, when people see you out looking like tore up from the floor up, who did it and why? The kid's dirty. looking bad, flies flying around a pamper because it hasn't been changed in forever. You out looking tired, black eyes. This is a reflection of your husband and how he takes care of you and your family. It is a reflection of your man and whether he takes burdens off of you or does he lay them on you. Now, there is something that says we're supposed to cover them with love in that area. So let's say they're not taking care of you. Weirdly enough, we're still supposed to make it look like he is. That's just like the rules. Like, weirdly enough, we're not still supposed to be out looking like we're unattended to. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell y'all why. But here's where this is where it gets bad. You know, you're out. Most women, when they're not looking for a man because they already have one, you're not out looking for attention. You're not looking for a mate. Sorry, y'all. My son just pulled up and now my dogs are barking. You're not necessarily looking for a mate. So you feel like it's okay to just run out real quick and just look like, I'm not looking for no man because my man at home already know. No, it's still not okay. He don't want to see you looking like that. And he don't want nobody else see you looking like that. And that's just the reality of it. It's just that they're never going to tell us. They're never going to say to us, can you please not go outside looking crazy? Because it makes me look bad. Could you imagine if they said that? How much backlash they would get from most women? How you gonna go out here and tell me how to dress? I'm tired. I'm only going to Walmart. Dang, how you gonna tell me what to put on? So they just don't. But it is something that they're always like, Jesus, what? Get it together. Don't go out looking like that. But these are things that we're not learning as we're growing up as women. There's nobody teaching these lessons. There's nobody telling our young women and even our older women that this is like what's required. When I do the video on the 5 needs of men and women, the reason I'm doing that video because that video is called "It's Not Easy Being a Wife." That's the real name of the video. It's not easy being a wife. Everybody covets the position of wife, but being a wife is a whole job, y'all. It's a whole nother job. Like if you got a job and you got a business, add another job on top of that one because that's what it is. Okay? So when you go outside looking tore up from the floor up, it's actually disrespectful to your husband, disrespectful to y'all legacy. And this is who you say you love and respect, but you're willing to embarrass him. And I know that sounds like a little bit extreme, but that's essentially what it is. You're willing to embarrass him. You might not care, but he will always care. And so you have to take that into consideration as you're presenting yourself to the world as his person. You gotta take that into consideration, ladies. It is very, very, very important. So let me say this. A man is judged the highest based on the status of his family. You ever heard, you hear men say, oh my God, you got a beautiful family. Oh, your family's so beautiful. That's a bragging right amongst men. You don't really hear women say that much, y'all. Like we might be like, oh, your kids are so cute. But we're not talking about the unit as a whole. But men will always say that, oh man, you got a beautiful family. Can't wait till I get a family. I want my family to look beautiful like that. That is a bragging right amongst men, having a beautiful family. I try my best no matter what. And here's the thing. We got to let go of the excuses, y'all, because it don't take much. It took me 8.5 minutes to put this little bit of makeup on and to put this hair up because it was wilding. The weather, just the humidity, my curls, it just doesn't always act right. So it took me 8.5 minutes to do the whole thing. I mean, and this is what I had on at work, but it doesn't take much. It just takes a little effort. That's all. But we'll say, hey, it don't take all that. That's too much. I don't have time. I'm tired. I got kids. I got this. Y'all, I did it. I was 19 when my father had that conversation with me. And my son was an infant. He was less than a month old when my father had that conversation with me. And he was breastfeeding. I was tired, but every day I still woke up and made that effort because I knew my father wouldn't lie to me. My father gave me his blessing to get married. He don't want my husband divorcing me or cheating on me. And then he could have given me advice, but he chose not to. He made a hard decision that day because my feelings were really hurt. But it changed my life, y'all. I swear to you it did. I swear, because I used to always wonder, like, why come my mom always looks so good? How come I never caught her slipping? Even when she was dying, she looked good. That's why we didn't know she was dying. Like, it that was crazy. Like, her lipstick, done. The only thing that was wrong was she looked tired and she lost weight. That was it. But everything else, still good. Hair, gloss, cute clothes. But so that was a lesson that was taught time and time and time again just by my mother's example. So now I try to be that example. You know, I don't have daughters, but now I have sons. And my sons have literally said to me, Ma, we can't tolerate women that don't fix themselves up because we can't have a mom that looked like you and then she looked crazy. And both of my sons have said that they've broken up with girls because they look tore up. Like they have saw them continuing to not put effort into how they're presenting themselves to the world. That's okay, Ash. You don't have to know how to do makeup. Not even. Because it's really not about your makeup. It's just about the effort and looking good. Get up, put some moisturizer on your face, some serum, some lip gloss, shine. You good to go. It's the effort. That's all it takes. That is all it takes. I remember going, and this is the gift of a woman, y'all. Remember, I said beauty is one of our gifts. I remember going to this restaurant with my husband, this Italian restaurant, and I didn't think I looked that great. I threw anytime I go out with my husband, rule of thumb, I wear a dress. Men love legs, y'all. Don't wear jeans. I know it seems comfy and you wear jeans with heels and that's cute, but a dress will always get you popping no matter where you go. Just throw on a dress. Legs shining, heels looking good. You won the battle. 90% of it already. Men love dresses. It makes them feel like they're with a feminine. If you have on jeans, y'all dressed alike. Now, if y'all going to a baseball game, I mean, we was going to a baseball game. We dressed alike at a baseball game. I had on jeans shorts. He had on jeans, you know. But you're going on a date, dress, okay? That was free. So I had on like a dress and some heels. And we walk in, and the first thing he says, "Oh, that's the owner of the gym I go to. Those people are like my family. I got to introduce you to him." So now he introduces me to the man. The guy's like, "Oh my god!" And he goes, "Your wife is so beautiful." And then the guy kept kissing me. You know, Italian men, they like to kiss. He kissed this cheek. He kissed that cheek. He kissed the cheek again. He kissed, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, okay, that's enough." Kissing her a little too much. So now I'm chuckling because the guy really is kissing me too much. So now I sit down. My husband goes over there to talk to him about some business stuff because he was competing at that time. He comes back over and he sits down. He's like, "Yo, that guy cannot stop raving about how beautiful you look. I mean, you are right." So I'm like, "I know, right? That's crazy." And I'm like, "No, seriously, it's not that deep." And he's like, "No, you actually do look nice, but it was nothing OD. It was nothing crazy. I promise y'all." The guy now sends over drinks. There's two drinks that comes to the table, and I'm like, "We didn't order yet." And the guy is like, "Oh, it was sent courtesy of the man over there." Next scene, another round of drinks comes. Whoa. Then now an appetizer comes. I'm like, "We didn't order this appetizer." "Oh, courtesy of the man over there." Ladies, that is your gift. Those drinks, those appetizers, those came because of me. He wouldn't have sent that man that stuff, my husband being that man that stuff, if I wasn't at that table. So I didn't have to lead with my money. I didn't have to pull my wallet out and bring us rounds of drinks, pay for rounds of drinks. And I didn't have to pay for the appetizer. My husband was blessed because of the way that I looked, period. He paid way less for that dinner because of the way that I looked. Y'all, this is not rocket science. Once I saw that, I said, every time stuff like that happens, I'll be like, thanks, Dad. Because I got this from you. He didn't let me down that day. But that is our gift. We don't have to lead with accolades and money and all that stuff. Just show up looking good, and the room will bow to you. Show up looking like you care. Show up looking and emanating that feminine essence that you have that's way deep inside you. Every single one of us has it. But we be operating in the masculine so much that feminine essence doesn't come out when we need it to come out. We're trying to manufacture it. And then it's kind of like, it works. Sometimes it don't. It's like doing a magic spell. Like, okay, didn't work that time. Okay, let me try again. When you have your feminine essence all the time, that thing is magnetizing all the time for you. Beauty is a very huge part of your feminine essence. Taking care of yourself, taking care of your hair, taking care of your skin, taking care of your feet. Y'all, I mean, this is rudimentary. It sounds like it's like, but take care of your feet. Don't no guy want no woman's foot in the bed rubbing next to him and it's cutting him. Soften them things. There's things to do. You got little loofahs, you got files at the dollar store. There is really no excuses. If I told y'all my nighttime regimen, y'all might be like, oh. But it's a respect thing. It has nothing to do with anything else but respect. I read a book when I was 21 years old. It was called Intended for Pleasure, I think. Ooh, I don't know. My mom gave it to me. It was weird. It was a sex book on how to be freaky with your husband when you married. I don't know. But my mom gave it to me. I read the book and it said to me, and this was something that stuck with me too. It said, getting in the bed with your husband unbathed can actually be disrespectful. Like, it seems disrespectful. They will always respect a woman that bathes before she puts herself in the bed with him than a woman that wakes up and takes her shower in the morning. So I know a lot of us have the regimen in the morning, like we take a shower in the morning, but I take my bath at night because that's my ritual to present myself to the bed to him at night. Bath, salts, detoxification, essential oils, then it's some lotion, then it's some oil, then my face, then I get in the bed. You will never have no excuse to say I was in the bed looking and smelling like who did it and why. You are always going to be like, what's that? What's that? What's that? It's you. Oh my God. They love stuff like that. And even if they try to leave you, that's going to be one of the main things that they remember. You would be so surprised. Men are so visual, y'all. Oh my God, I don't even know how to tell you. They say that a study has said that if a man walks into a Home Depot and a woman in a red dress, he gets a glimpse of a woman walk by in a red dress, that he will think about the woman in that red dress over 50 times over the course of that entire day, even though he doesn't know what her face looks like because he only caught a glimpse of her. They said that thought and that image alone will replay in his mind over 50 times that day. That's crazy to me. Crazy. But it also says the power of your visual to him. That's powerful. If he can do that for a stranger, then you want those images of you to continue to pop up in his head over the course of a day, instead of the other girl that's walking down the street that looked better than you because she put effort into how she looked and you didn't. I know it's hard to hear this, y'all, but it's tight, but it's right. Okay? It's tight. It's tight. So this brings me to my original point. Don't let them only see you in the dressing room, okay? Please. Please. I'm going to tell you what the dressing room represents, though. So, I had to make sure I didn't forget anything to tell y'all. So, as women, this is the unfortunate part. We have grown to a place where the attention of other people has grown to be more important than the attention of our mate. Social media, um, we get posed for social media, selfies, Snapchat, filters, brunch with friends, dinners with peers. We get dressed for work every single day, right? And then he has to watch us get ready to present ourselves to everybody else but him. Every day, we make a decision, a choice to do our makeup for a picture. We have gotten so far off of what really counts because of social media. It's actually sad. It bothers me when we're out and we got to take you taking a picture of a friend and you got to do 20 different takes because that picture wasn't exactly perfect. Girl, bye. I'm not taking that many. So, like, I can't help it. If your stomach look big in this one, it look big. If your stomach is big, I mean, I don't know. Change you, and then the image in the camera will change. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not taking this picture 35 times because you like, ooh, my nose looks big in this picture. Ooh, my hair was out of place. Ooh, my stomach's poking out. Ooh, my butt didn't look as big. Ooh, turn it this way, turn it that. Mm-mm. For who and why? What are we doing it for? Like, do somebody know? Because maybe y'all know. That's a real question. Like, what are we doing it for? Is it attention? Is it we want to become a celebrity? Like, I know people with businesses, but normally people with businesses have professional photos done. Like, I have headshots for business. My sister and I have headshots for business. I have professional photography photos that we paid for to get done. Well, I don't always pay. Sometimes I barter. But either way, they still professional. What is it with the selfies and the Snapchat and the 20 different angles and what are we doing? Does somebody know? Cuz I really don't. Like I said, I'm not into like I don't know cuz I don't do that. I feel like what happens in real life is more important than what happens on these apps. So if I'm gonna do 20 takes, it's gonna be 20 takes for my husband. It's not gonna be 20 takes for Facebook. Like, if I got a man, like it's gonna be 20 takes for that. Right. Ashley, yes. Facade, absolutely. Right. Right. And it's unfortunate um that we have these personas that we have built up for everybody in the world to see, but the people that are right around us, we're not doing it for them. That's the part that bugs me the most. Like, I'm like, you taking 20 takes, but did you take 20 looks at your attitude? Did you take 20 looks at the fact that you don't take accountability? You got 2,500 pictures on Facebook. Do you got 2,500 attempts on how you attempted to change yourself? Because outer beauty is nothing without inner beauty. So, I mean, I don't mean it to sound harsh, but what are we doing? It's terrible. So now we're presenting our best foot forward in life. Bosses, co-workers, friends. We're home. We like this at home. We're not happy. We're upset. And then your friend says, oh, we going to brunch. Perk up. Oh, let me go take a shower. Let me do my hair. Let me do my makeup. You put on your cute little dress and then you get going. Guess what? He just saw you in the dressing room. You go to work. You get ready. You're about to present yourself, whatever you do for your job. He just saw you in the dressing room. You're getting ready to go out with friends, club night, dinner on the water. You're getting on. He just saw you in the dressing room. It is not okay any longer for them to only see you in the dressing room, and that same amount of effort, if not more, is not put into your relationship with him. And then we wonder why they be ready to kick our heads off and they don't be happy for us. You get ready to leave and they like, you look all right. They pouting. How do I look? Do I look fat? Yeah, you straight. It's not that they're hating y'all. I know we think that. We always seem to think, I'm sorry, y'all, my back is like itching. We always seem to think that they're insecure or they're jealous or they don't or they don't like that we're going. That's not what it is. They don't like the amount of effort. Now you might, okay, let me take this back. You might have a super possessive man and don't want you doing nothing with nobody except him. Now that might be your situation. And if that's your situation, you got to discern if that's your situation. But most women don't have that situation. Most women got regular guys. And we assume that they're insecure or jealous about what we're doing or that they don't want us going out. What they're upset about is the amount of effort that you're putting into looking good for something or someone that's not him. That's what he's looking at. He's looking at the fact that you were able to perk up and get yourself together. And then when he asks you to do something, you give him a hard time. You ever hear men say this statement? They'll be like, you wouldn't have did that if your boss said to do it. I bet you wouldn't be running your mouth if your boss asked you to do something. You would go do it. Once again, it's the dressing room. What he's saying is that I get to see you perk up, spirit up, get right for someone else other than me. I have this rule for myself that I feel like, and I think I put this in one of my books, that we always usually offer people better than we will offer the people that live in our own house. We are more polite. We're more courteous. We are more tactful. We are more conscientious of tone and body language to people outside of us. But the people in the house, especially usually the person that you're with, you don't have that same level of regard. So when I go into the house, right? Now, when I go into work, there's a professional level of friendliness that I'm always going to have. I am always going to say good morning. They will never have to worry about me coming in like, good morning. To who? Because not me. They're never going to hear that. They're never going to see that. Because there's a level to professional etiquette that says you don't do that. But why is it do we feel like in our own homes that we don't have to still have at least that level of etiquette? There is no way that my husband gonna come to the house and say good morning and I'm like, good morning. I wouldn't do it at work. I wouldn't do it to my coworker. I wouldn't do it to my friend. I wouldn't do it to my boss. So why does he get to see me in the dressing room? Why does he get to see that part? Now, granted, I know in the dressing room, y'all be like, yeah, but in a relationship, you are supposed to be able to be naked and vulnerable. I'm not talking about that, because being naked and vulnerable is different than being in the dressing room. See, in the dressing room, you're getting ready to put on clothes for something else, for someone else. You're not home. You're in the dressing room. You take something off to put a costume on, something that's not even yours. You're just trying it on. So for the people that be like, no, because at home, you're supposed to be. You're right. You are supposed to, he's supposed to be able to see you at your worst and still love you. I'm not taking that away. Please, because people got a tendency of reading into stuff. I am not taking away the fact that this man is supposed to love you at your lowest possible point. That is beyond debate. Of course he's supposed to. I've been sick, y'all. Like, I've been had a stomach virus. I've had mono. I had COVID. And when I got COVID, I got it the very first time. I was taken out. I couldn't even walk up the stairs by myself. He literally had to take care of me and bring me up the stairs, take my robe off because my body hurt so bad it hurt to do anything. So yes, they got to love you even at your worst moments, but that's not what we're talking about today, ladies. We're talking about utilizing your beauty and your attitude as a form of respect. It is a form of presentation to your mate. It's actually one of the highest forms, to be honest. I don't know if you guys remember this, but like when a king was about to marry a queen, and the rituals and the things that a queen had to go through before she was married to him. There were certain things that she had to do. She had to bathe. She had to um, be washed down with salts, sugar, scrubs. She had to take a milk bath for exfoliation and detoxification. Her hair was done. Her makeup was done. Then then there were clothes presented to her. She put on brand new robes, and then she was presented to him. Ladies, we have delved so far away. We have delved so far away. I just want to make sure that I don't forget telling you guys certain things. Thank you, Kima. I appreciate that. These are the things that we have delved so far away from. And then we wonder why our relationships don't yield the results for us that we're looking for. And that's because men are tired of talking. They're tired of our rebellion. They are tired of our lack of accountability. There was a man who posted something today and he said, why is it that women can't take accountability? He said, do you think leaving a relationship and going to the next person is going to take away the fact that you were still wrong? And my response to him was, to answer your question truthfully, accountability is not a woman's trait. It doesn't come natural to us. It has to be cultivated and worked on continuously in order for us to need to do that. The reality of it is accountability is a masculine trait. Men have the leading energy, so the accountability and the responsibility falls on them. Women are usually the reactors or the responders to a situation. We're not the lead in the situation. So 9 times out of 10, when somebody brings to us what we did wrong, we are always going to usually respond with why we did it as opposed to apologizing or acknowledging that we did it. And unfortunately, that doesn't make it correct. But that's the answer. Accountability is not a woman's first trait. It doesn't come natural to us. It burns when we have to take accountability because we only doing this because of A, B, C, and D. But accountability is actually one of the masculine traits that we should begin to take on. I know, normally I'd be like, that's a masculine trait. Leave that at the door. No, accountability is one that we actually should adapt to. Yes. It says, I noticed that a lot with women, you cannot grow without taking accountability for poor decisions. Yes. Because every action has a reaction, every cause has an effect. Every decision determines your destiny. Poor decisions are ours. And once we do them, we're the only one that has the power to change it once we take accountability for the fact that we even did it. Who cares why we did it? We just have to acknowledge that we did do it. And that's where we are now. We have grown so far from accountability. And to be honest, the feminine movement killed femininity. The feminist movement daggered femininity to death. Because the feminist movement said, we don't have to do all that for y'all because we're like y'all. We're the same. I don't have to get dressed for you. I don't have to prove myself to you. I don't have to do these things for you. We're the same. Don't even hold the door for me because I got it. We're not the same. There are things that men desire and there are things that women desire. And the sooner that we realize we are not the same and kill that femininity, that feminist movement, the better off we'll be. I am not, every day I realize how much me and my husband are so different. We are not the same. Yes, we agree on certain things, but the way our mind processes it and how we come to the thought are so different, it's not even funny. Not even funny. It's crazy. We're not the same. We don't think the same. We don't act the same. The same things don't turn us on. We don't care about men presenting themselves as beautiful to us. That's not our thing. We want to make sure that you can provide. Can you provide? Can you protect? You're a little bit good looking. All right, good. That's it. You walk by in some basketball shorts. That image is not playing in my head 50 times during that day because a man with basketball shorts walked past me. I'm not thinking about him later on. Even if I looked in the moment, like, oh, he was kind of handsome. Oh, wow. He looked good in them shorts. That image, though, is not going to play in my head all day. We need to start understanding how men work and utilizing those things to help us get what we want. Because here's the thing, men can't turn down beauty. It's very rare that they could say no to a woman that looks good, smells good. They're enchanted, y'all. Enchanted. It's like a fairy came by. I'll tell y'all this. I always say I need to have Anisha after dark because I got some real tricks, y'all. But I'll tell y'all this. I gave y'all my little nighttime ritual. And when I get into bed, I smell so good. I mean, me and my sister are obsessed with like buying like shea butters and mango butters and body butters online and trying new butters and new oils. And because this is what it makes your skin so obnoxiously soft, no scales, so soft, and you smell so good because you've just been bathed. So now, even if he's mad at you, he can't really stay away from that, or he's gay. It's really that serious. Like, it's not, there's no way his anger will overpower that masculine energy that needs to be near you because you look good and you smell good. Men are still primal, they're still animalistic. So even if he's mad at you, he's still going to be drawn to you. But nope, we want to do this. He mad at me. Well, fine. I'm gonna put on this pajama set that's tapered. It's so big he can't even get to it. Nope. My husband mad at me. I still sleep nude and still smell good and mad oily. I don't care if you mad. Be mad next to this oiled up, nice looking booty, body, and breast. And I'm going to sleep. But you ain't gonna be that mad for long. You just not. You gonna get over that. In the morning, you gonna look over and be like, yeah, whatever, this chick tripping. But you ain't that mad though. You're not that mad. Trust me, y'all. These are I'm not even lying to y'all. I'm giving y'all some real tricks of the trade here. But I will say this. It is not only about your beauty, it is about your attitude. Stop showing him the ugliest version of you. Joanna, I got a lot of them though. I be switching up because that's another thing. You can't be that predictable. Now I do have a signature one that when I have it on, it doesn't matter where I'm at. He knows that I've been there because it smells like me. Even my nieces and nephews be like, it smells like auntie. But I switch it up all the time. But what I was gonna say was this is not only about your beauty because we're talking about inner and outer beauty. Stop letting him always see you when you just terrible. Don't have a good attitude most days. Work on your feelings, your emotions. Don't let him only see you putting your best foot forward for someone or somebody else. Oh, I gotta go to work. So, oh my God. Like now you home, you got an attitude. You guys ever see like you be arguing with your husband or whatever, or your man, and then somebody call and you're able to change your voice up mad quick and be like, oh my God, hello. Or you got a business meeting and you able to kind of like dead that. You're able to do it. You're choosing not to. So don't let him only see you getting yourself together for something else. Oh, I got to get ready for work. Oh, my boss is getting ready to call. Oh, I got a meeting. But before that, you were desolate, despondent, had an attitude. And now he like, how she? I didn't even know I thought she was sick. I thought she. Come on, y'all. And another thing, I don't even like Monique like that, but I've been preaching this since I was 22 years old. Stop wearing bonnets at night. Like, stop. It is old. It is played. Do your hair. Whatever that means to you. They got cute scarves now. They got the little ones. I got the bun at the top and the bun in the back. You look cute going to bed, at night. Bonnets are killing marriages. I did a blog post about it, and a lot of people had a lot of backlash. It said bonnets. It was on Facebook years ago, and it said bonnets are killing marriages everywhere. Like my dad said, he doesn't care if that girl was Magilla Gorilla before she got to work. All he sees is the finished product. So if all he sees is go to bed, bonnet, wake up, bonnet, come home, bonnet. How long you want your rap to last? Dang. Is anybody ever gonna see it down? I be wondering, like I be like, I know you got your hair done, you got it blown out, you got it wrapped. When do you plan on bringing it down? Oh, I get it. When you go out with somebody else, right? Mm-hmm. When you're friends and you go out, you gonna pull it down then, right? Why do that man gotta see you doobied up in that bonnet all day long? And it probably stink. Because bonnets be stinking. Because you be wrapping your hair, your head be sweating. I'm a hairdresser, y'all. I know. Your head be sweating. You got all these products up there. Then that flat iron smoke is seeped into your hair. Now the bonnet stink. Y'all, come on. Stop. They got oils for that. There's stuff. We just not putting effort in. We're not putting effort in. Scrub the bottom of your feet. Your feet should never be black at the bottom or brown. They should always be clean. There's a rule. I always walk around because I have hardwood floor. I never walk on the floor barefoot because I like my feet played with. Do whatever you want. Put them in your mouth for like here, but they'll never be dirty. This is an effort. I don't walk around barefoot. You will not see my feet touch. I will walk outside barefoot before I walk in the house barefoot. And the reason why is because I want the energy of the grass and the ground, but then I'm going to come in and I'm going to wash my feet. But I'm not going to walk and slosh my feet around a hardwood floor, get dust and all type of stuff on it. Now I'm getting in the bath and the bottom of my feet black. Like, and then I'm walking around like that. And then at night, I try to be sexy and put my foot on his back. And all he got the image in his mind is that your foot was black earlier. Even though it ain't black now, it was black 2 hours ago. See, y'all be thinking it's a game. In my mind, I be thinking of all of this stuff. Like, come on. Y'all, fix it, Jesus. Fix it. Attitude and looks, they go hand in hand. There is no outer beauty without inner beauty. And inner beauty don't count that much without trying to make your outer beauty match up. They got to be like this, neck and neck, trying to win the race. It's good to be kind, yeah. But it's also great to have some sex appeal. It's also great to have some flirtation. It's great to have some smell good. It is great to have some visual for him. Take care of yourself, ladies. For you and for him. Nowadays, it's all about us, though. I wear these big lashes because we like them. They don't. Y'all see my eyes? Just mascara. Because you want to know why? Now I'm afraid to wear fake lashes because people have tore those things down so much that I feel like if I got them on, every guy is looking at me like I got birds on my eyes. They hate them. They think we look stupid, because we do. The lash is bigger than your eye. Then you got the lash on and you keep going like this while you're talking because the lash so heavy, you got to blink like mad times. Like, yeah, so I was you on a date and you like, yeah, because I was wondering, like I was wanting another drink, and then one is going, the other one's not. Your eyes always tearing. They heavy and they look crazy. So there are things that they've been saying for years now. We just like, we're going to do what we want. And of course, you know what they do? They adapt. They don't say anything because we're not going to change it anyway. But like I said, men don't leave. They just cheat. Men don't leave women. Women leave men. They're not going to keep talking. They're just going to add somebody else. And that's not what we want. Okay? So tonight, guys, you might want to thank my dad for this valuable lesson that we should all hold dear to our hearts. I do, and I have since I was a kid. Keep your outer and your inner beauty as high as you can. And don't let him only see you getting ready for something or somebody else. Okay? All right, y'all. I love you. I'm about to go fry some pork chops. I really am hungry, and it's mad late, but I really am about to go fry some pork chops because I just got a taste for them. Please, Johanna, I know you were saying you wanted to share it. You guys, I don't mind where you share my content, even if It's you never have to ask me permission. You can share my content whenever you want, whenever you like. You are more than welcome. If it helped you, it will probably help somebody else. Okay, let's get our inner and outer beauty in check, my ladies. Okay, bye, my good people. Good vibes. Love tribe. Let's get it as much as we can get. Let's get it. There will be no excuses for us going into 2023. Okay, ladies, we're here to do better. All right. I love y'all. Have a good night, and I will see y'all again soon.